if you don't start thinking about it early, well, then you're still working when you're 95. I've been thinking about personal financial planning lately. I've been a planner for decades. I'm not going to admit how many. And when I meet with people, they all have different reasons for coming to see me. The main thing that we work on is clarity and focus. Where are you now? How are you going to get to your destination? We figure out what their goals are, the short-term goals and the long-term goals. And we create a plan that is basically a roadmap in how to get there. Like any roadmap, there are detours along the way, and there are interesting side roads that we might want to take. But ultimately, we get to our destination. A personal financial plan helps with budgeting. It helps with cash flow and financial control of your money, spending control. It helps you figure out how you're going to pay off that car loan or the mortgage. Or is the mortgage going to be the full 25 years? Or do you want to cut it back and make it 10 years, for example? The plan also gives you the time to think about what you need for emergencies. What if you lose your job? What if the roof flies off your house? Whatever the situation, do you have the money set aside? And how much money should you set aside so that you have it when it's necessary? The personal financial plan can also help you with planning for your taxes. If you start early in the year thinking about it, then throughout the year as people make requests for charitable donations, or you have medical expenses, or you move, whatever the reason might be, you can stop and think, well, I need to save those receipts for tax time. Or yes, that's a good cause, and I will save income tax in the process of donating to that good cause. When you're looking at your financial plan, you're also thinking about the future, obviously, and how can I look after my family if I'm not there anymore? And I have to tell you, a few quite young friends of mine died recently, and they weren't expecting to die, and their families were not looked after. Do you need life insurance? If you don't need life insurance, how is your family going to look after itself, for example? Do you have car insurance? Do you have your house insurance up to date? All of those sorts of things. Or is your house insurance based on the value of your house when you bought it, not what it's grown to be worth now? You can also look at the savings plans you might have, your retirement savings plans, tax-deferred savings plans, your tax-free savings account, all of those sorts of things. And how should the money be invested in those? Well, that depends what your goals are, as I said at the beginning. If your goal is to buy a house in the next 5 years, you're not going to invest your money in long-term growth. You're going to invest it in something a little bit more stable, so that in the event that the house that you want comes available in 2 years, you can easily access the money. Another reason people do a plan is to prepare for their retirement. And if you don't start thinking about it early, well, then you're still working when you're 95. And the main thing the plan gives you is peace of mind. Yes, what I'm doing now is good, and I will achieve my retirement goals. Or, oops, I need to save X amount of money per month to be able to do what I want to do, to buy the cottage, to retire at 55, to educate my children, whatever it happens to be. The financial plan is important. A friend of mine was saying she and her husband started planning as soon as they got married. And they'd say what their goals were, and they'd just think about it and put it out into the universe. And every time they re-looked at the plan, which was at least once a year, they had achieved their goals and more. By putting it out into the universe, it happens. But the universe has to know what you want. And that's where the plan comes into play. You know what you want. You know what you have to do to get there. My job is to help you get there. I'm really excited because I have a personal financial planning mastermind starting in March, where we go through this together and I guide you in creating your own financial plan. If it interests you, if you want to get your financial act together, send me a note. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye.